Hey everybody, and welcome inside the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. This is the final area championship for Rockwall ISD. This is 7 of 8 here this afternoon for the area championship. So far, District 5, 0-6. District 8 is rolling. And the last game, the Nacogdoches and College Park went toe-to-toe. College Park won 27-9. So, with that being said, the Lady Hawks are up to bat here to try to salvage and save District 5 to move on to round 3. My name is Chris Curtis, and welcome inside the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. Of course, my name is Chris Curtis. I am your play-by-play, your color, your camera, your social media, everything in between. Sent Lisa Trammell off to North Forney as Rockwall Heath will be taking on North Forney in a District 10 6A football matchup. So it's just me for this afternoon. Of course, want to celebrate the Lady Hawks. They are the 2025 District 5 champions. Of course, they wrapped that up about 2 weeks ago. They finished the season 7-1. Their only fault of the district campaign was to Forney, who played here earlier as well, and they fell today. They fell to, I believe it was Conroe, but I can definitely double check that. But so far, District 5 not faring too well here in Rockwall, Texas at the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. We found this out a little earlier, and I felt like it needed to be shared with the group here on YouTube. It is a balmy 82 degrees inside of here. Of course, the pool is 80 degrees. We found that it's always 2 degrees warmer inside the complex than what the pool is. The pool is year-round 80 degrees. So think about that when it gets to be January and February around here. It's going to feel awfully good in here during swim season. Of course, Lady Hawks getting fired up. Red Kingdom is playing. Rockwall Heath had that Kansas City Chiefs song rewritten last year. I believe that was Melissa Hatcher that got that taken care of for the Rockwall Heath Hawks. And the Lady Hawks play that song every time they get in the pool for their warm-up. Of course, they're going to be taking on the Woodlands out of District 8. Had to restart the computer, so I will pull up all these stats here that I had very shortly. I'm working on those right now, so we can talk about the Woodlands here coming up very, very shortly. They finished second overall in District 8 at 3-2. And their road to get here was fun as well. Of course, they took on Klein Oaks on Tuesday. They beat them 13-2 to advance to the area round. Of course, Rockwall Heath did not have to play a by-district matchup. So that is where they sit right now. Of course, like I said, Rockwall Heath is here because they are 7-1. They are the district champs. Their only fault was, of course, to Forney. They wrapped up 2 straight wins against their rival Rockwall, who played earlier this morning. They were also eliminated from the playoffs as well. So it's up to the Lady Hawks. Of course, some big news for the Lady Hawks. The biggest news of the week and the month. Their all-star, their captain, Claire Ewert, committed to Iona over the week, or past week. So congratulations to her. Of course, she's in her final days of Rockwall Heath volleyball. She's excited to go on and move on and play in Iona. And for those that are wondering where Iona is, it's in New York. I asked her earlier if she was prepared for the cold weather. She said absolutely not. It's not exactly a swimmer paradise, but it is a water polo paradise. So congratulations to her. She's going to be playing D1. She has definitely earned it. She's earned everything and more what she will get coming her way. So once again, thank you for joining us here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. We are just about to get underway here. As we have the starting lineups coming up, I will take a break and we'll listen to those. And there you have it. Your starting lineups for both squads. And if you're just joining us, be sure to tell us where you're watching from, what you're doing this afternoon. Of course, a lot of you are probably heading over to North Forney if you are a Heath Hawk fan. Watch a little football, so hope you enjoy this on the ride over there. It might only be a 10-minute drive, but at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it's probably going to take you about an hour to get to Forney, so that's perfect. You can watch water polo for that hour drive. Once again, we are excited to have you here. This is the final Rockwall ISD match of the day. Of course, these two teams are battling to find out if either of them will head on to the third round of the playoffs. Of course, Claire Ewert, Player of the Year for Rockwall Heath. She got a number of Player of the Game awards this year. She's finished at 107 goals, 38 assists, 43 steals. Michaela Schultz in net averages about 10 goals a game against. It's pretty on par for the senior goalkeep. And of course, shot attempts, you guessed it, the captain, Claire Ewert. So here we go. We are on pace to start right on time. And while I pull up the bracket here to see, just to make sure I was correct. It'll be Grand Oaks will await the winner of one of these two teams. That time, date, and place still TBD, depending on who wins. If the Woodlands wins, it's probably going to be down south. If Rockwall Heath wins, I guess we'll find out. But away we go. Rockwall Heath takes possession of the first of the game here. I apologize, that clock is not wanting to roll at the moment, but we will get that up and running for you, I promise. As I work my magic here on the old iPad. Bear with us just a minute. Now we'll get that connected here. It's definitely more complicated when you're just by yourself. And there, we should be ready to roll there. And there's a goal. Oh, no, there's a save. Sorry, was not paying attention, trying to get this clock fixed for everybody. We are having some issues here. Bear with us just a moment. As we work to get this scoreboard up and running for everybody. The Woodlands does have a 1-0 lead at the moment. And Rockwall Heath and Claire Ewert are off and running. I will work on resetting this for everybody here. I do apologize. So we'll just have to keep you posted. It is 1-1 at the moment, with 5:20 left in this one, in the first period, that is. I will try to get this fixed here in the intermission break. Once again, we are having some technical difficulties here with the scoreboard. So when in doubt, you might have to just do the old-fashioned way. That is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use a manual thing here. And away we go. So we'll try to do the best we can. Once again, this is the area championship between Rockwall Heath and the Woodlands. The Woodlands in their plaid uniforms, white helmets, green trim with the red logo and the black letters. And the Rockwall Heath Hawks are in their red swimsuits with the black helmets, red trim with the white letters. They are the home team for this one. Here come the Woodlands. Woodlands only have 9 girls on the roster. That's good enough to be second place, though, in their very, very good district. So that should tell you everything you need to know about the Woodlands. They are very good. It is 1-1, 4:10 remaining. Here come the Woodlands. Big save by Michaela Schultz. And the Lady Hawks have possession once again. Here comes Catherine King swimming up. Saw her in the hallway a little bit ago. She was fired up and ready to go. They've been here since about 11 a.m. Pacing, and just waiting for this moment. Of course, the Lady Hawks have been to the third round each of their 2 seasons. They have never not made it to the third round. So there's some good omen for you if you're a Lady Hawk fan. Catherine King making herself felt early in this match, playing some good defense, playing some good offense right now. It's 1-1. There's Ewert. Spins, big time save by Emma Vonia. Josie tuning in. Let's go Rockwall Heath. Thanks for tuning in to the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Of course, this is a UIL playoff round, which means this is no commercials. We are straight talking. Appreciate the UIL allowing us to do these games. Of course, every playoff game in any sport has to get approved by the UIL, so grateful for them and their hospitality to let us broadcast here at Rockwall ISD. Off the crossbar for the Woodlands, that means Rockwall Heath has possession. Here they come. Sydney Pope bringing it up to the mid-pool line. Twirling around. Up top to Claire. She shoots, but we do have a foul. Of course, TJ Starling in his 3rd year as head coach. Excuse me, 2nd year as head coach here for the Lady Hawks. And the Hawks. Here come the Woodlands. Big time defense by the Hawks. Of course, the Rockwall Heath Hawks fell earlier today. Their season came to an end. Of course, Rockwall Lady Jackets fell 14-7 to Grand Oaks. And then Grand Oaks completed the Rockwall ISD sweep as the Hawks fell 17-11 to Grand Oaks. Once again, thank you guys for joining us. We got about 2 minutes left, and I forget I'm running it manually now, so excuse me. It is 1-1, and fans not too happy about that one. But we play on. It's a defensive matchup so far. Woodlands thinking about it. Nothing going there. And the Lady Hawks turn it over. They're on the attack. Here comes Claire. Claire shoots. Big time save by Emma. Each goalkeep has had some big saves so far. Only 2 goals in this period. There's another big time save by Michaela. Both teams going back and forth here. Of course, each of these teams looking to advance to the 3rd round. Of course, Rockwall ISD has a fall break next week. That does not matter. We will still be playing sports next week. Shot clock at 2, and it's turned over with 17 seconds left on the clock. Fans trying to hurry up their squad for the Woodlands. And Heath playing some good defense here. Here comes a wide open shot if she wants it. That is Almanzan off the crossbar. And that's all she will write for the first period. After 1, it's the Woodlands 1 and Heath 1. 1 goal apiece for each. Of course, coming up tonight, North Forney and Heath in 10-6A football. The winner of that game will have sole possession of first place in District 10-6A. Don't forget next week, even though, as I mentioned, it is fall break. That means the kids are out of school next week. Hope everybody enjoys their fall break. If you're traveling and you want to stay connected with us, we have an I-30 Classic on Tuesday from Rockwall Heath at 6:30. It's Rockwall versus Rockwall Heath. Of course, Rockwall Heath won the first match 3-0. If they win on Tuesday, they will have a 2-game lead in District 10-6A. And would have to win about 2 more games and have Rockwall continue to, well, it doesn't really matter what Rockwall does. If they win 2 more games, they will more than likely be the district champs for the first time in a couple of years. Of course, each team ending long streaks of each other. Of course, Rockwall Heath had an 86-game district winning streak a few years ago. That was snapped by Rockwall. And Rockwall had a 66-game winning streak that was just recently snapped by Rockwall Heath. Of course, those 2 teams have ran District 10-6A for a while now. And then on Friday night, both Rockwall and Rockwall Heath are back in action in football. Rockwall Heath will be here, and Rockwall will be on the road at Forney. And I do believe Royce City will be in town next week here against Heath. Of course, taking on the Hawks, Coach Colvin, looking for still his first district win. That's a game they're going to have next week for Royce City. Got about 10 seconds left in the intermission here. Hope everybody has had a great week this week. Of course, like I said, District 8 is rolling right now. 6-0 today here at the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. The Lady Hawks trying to end that little streak that's good, that has been put in place here by District 8 down in the Conroe area, Conroe ISD. Of course, there is 1 more game tonight. That will be North Forney taking on the Woodlands. As the final matchup, we will not broadcast that game, but they will go at it at about 6:45. We are just about ready to get back going here. And away we go. It is 1-1. Of course, Coach Brewer walking in. She's been in and out all day. I'm sure they're going to be heading over to North Forney here fairly soon for a big-time football matchup. Of course, Lisa Trammell already over there, along with the Rockwall ISD Sports Network crew of Shane Rodden and Justin Webb and his crew. Of course, they'll bring you Rockwell Heath football here coming up about 7:30 or so. They typically go pregame about 7 o'clock. We will more than likely be off the air by then and allow them to take over. Of course, shout out to us in the chat. We'll give you a shout out. Josie, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets are off tonight. There is no Rockwall football game tonight. There is no Rockwall volleyball game tonight. Both teams are off. They get a Friday night to relax. We only have Heath Hawk football tonight. Of course, thank you for all those that have tuned into our water polo matches. Of course, we were able to start streaming those. We had the I-30 Classics, both taken by Rockwall Heath. And unfortunately, we only have one team remaining, and it's the Lady Hawks. And they're trying to clinch their way into the third round. Here come the Woodlands on the attack. That ball's floating in front of the net, and Michaela Schultz. She's been strong. See, I thought it was the second quarter, Evan, but I'm looking at the scoreboard, and I was told it was second period, so I'm glad I was right the first time around. Second quarter. I like saying that better anyway. So it is the second quarter. I'm going to have to tell our scorekeepers over there to change it. There's a foul. It was not called. And here comes a break for the Woodlands. Woodlands taking a shot and missing. Michaela Schultz, another big save. She taps that post. Says, thank you, Mr. Post. Helped her out there just a little bit. And it remains 1-1. This is by far the biggest defensive game we've seen here on the day. Lots of scoring today. Of course, most of the scoring does start coming in the second half. There's a nice shot up top, and it hits the post and does not go in. Nearly a lob over Michaela, but it did not go across the goal line. So away we go. It's 1-1, 4:54 remaining in the second quarter. Claire's going over to talk to head coach Starling. Call him Teej. I don't know what we're waiting on. It looks like we might have a minor injury on Claire, it looks like. It's Jake Searcy coming over there for Rockwall High School trainer. She did get hit in the face just a little bit down here. And we're still waiting. Claire and Teej are talking. And referee says, let's get it going. Looks like Claire's going to have to leave the pool for a minute. She might have a little blood she's got to get fixed on her nose there, it looks like. Just trying to regroup over there. So here come the Lady Hawks without their captain. Lady Hawks looking good. There's a shot by Anna Henke and just wide. A defensive battle here. Just like he drew up. Here comes the Woodlands. Looking to shoot. Faking it, and a goal. That is Jasmine Cassie with a goal. And the Woodlands has a 2-1 lead. With 4:18 remaining in the second quarter. Hawks are going to have to try to hang on without their captain. She looks like she's just about ready to go. Maybe. There's Anna. Anna pushing it inside to Bridget Ramirez. Ramirez looking, pushing it inside. That's Sarah Ewert. That's little sister. No, that's Catherine Webb. Catherine Webb going to have to take control now for the Lady Hawks. And it's taken away. Here come the Woodlands. Here comes Kessie. Kessie up top, pushing it inside to Sophia Ramirez. Ramirez looking around. Has Anna Henke all over her. And that's a turnover. No, it's back to the Woodlands. And that's a shot, and it's wide. Of course, the sun is now peeking in. Of course, the pool is fairly shaded now. But now the sun is in our eyes, which is fantastic. Made the Jerry Jones joke earlier. It does not work, does not apply at the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center, unfortunately. But if Jerry's watching, we like the sun here. Here comes a big-time shot and a big-time goal. That is Catherine Webb taking over. And the Hawks have tied it up. With 3:18 left in the second quarter. That sun is tough, and it makes it a lot warmer. It's a nice balmy 82 degrees in here. The pool is set for 80 degrees year-round. Of course, if you want to learn how to swim or just swim in general, Public Swim's always open here, year-round. So come on out. It's a beautiful facility built back in 2009. Can't believe it's already over 15 years old. Beautiful facility here in Rockwall. Right next door to Wilkerson Sanders, home of the Rockwall Yellow Jackets and the Rockwall Heath Hawks football teams. Of course, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets soccer teams. And, of course, track season. It's nice and busy here. And a whole lot of other stuff. Athlete football and all that. Here comes the Woodlands off the crossbar, and it goes over the net. So, it looks like Claire Ewert has entered the pool. Captain is back. That's a good sign. And we are just about 2:42 remaining here in the second. And each team only 2 goals apiece. Here's Catherine Webb pushing inside to Claire. All she needed was a break. That's all she needed. She needed the break, and it's 3-2. Heath has their first lead here of the night. Great shot by Claire. That's her second of the night. And with 2:25 remaining here in the second quarter, here come the Woodlands. They are now trailing for the first time. Nice little spin move there by Jasmine. And she shoots that, and it goes over Michaela Schultz and in. So, with 2:10 remaining, it's 3-3. Of course, North Forney fans starting to stroll in here, as they will have the nightcap at 6:30. Here in the pool. Here comes Sydney Pope. Pope trying to find an open Lady Hawk, and she turns it over, but she gets it right back. And they call that on the Lady Hawks, so the Woodlands will take over. There's a pass, doesn't see it, and left wide open in the middle of the pool is Celia Gonzalez, excuse me. She makes it 4-3, the Woodlands. Of course, got this roster about 10 minutes before match time. Was not able to get a full breakdown of the names, so I do apologize. We'll do the best we can. When we got the early roster, we didn't even have a Woodlands player on it, so I'm glad we were able to get at least the names here for everybody. Here come the Lady Hawks. That's a turnover. About 1:13 remaining here in the second. Woodlands is back to their 1-goal lead. It's the largest lead either team has had tonight. And Claire coming in, flying through the air. Peak fans are screaming to shoot, and that goes in. So the largest lead of the night is now 2 for the Woodlands, with 53 remaining here in the second. Had a goal? That looked like it went in. Oh my goodness, they say no goal. Nobody was happy about that one on the Heath Hawks sideline. Oh my. That looked like it definitely crossed the goal line. But away we go. Big time save. The Lady Hawks can save for the final shot here of the first half. Michaela just looking down the pool with about 10 seconds remaining. Michaela needs to get it going here. 5 seconds to go. She's going to have to hurry. And they're not going to get a shot. They are going to get a shot off. Not sure that's what they wanted to do, but that's what happened. So it is 5-3 at the half. The Woodlands has a 5-3 lead. Of course, if you're just joining us, this is the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Later on tonight, North Forney and Rockwall Heath will battle in Good Life Stadium over in North Forney for the 10-6A district lead. Of course, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets are off tonight. Of course, next Tuesday, we have the I-30 Classic volleyball match. That'll be right here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. And then Friday night, we're right back at it. The Rockwall Yellow Jackets will travel to Forney. We'll have that game for you at 7:30. And the Rockwall Heath Hawks will return home to Wilkerson Sanders, and they will take on Coach Colvin and the Royce City Bulldogs, who are going to need a win next week. So the Heath Hawks could almost end the Royce City Bulldogs' playoff hopes. Of course, teams are starting to separate here in District 10-6A. Of course, earlier today, unfortunately, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, Lady Jackets, were eliminated from playoff play. They fell to Grand Oaks 14-7, a valiant effort getting to the area round once again for the Lady Jackets. And unfortunately, the Heath Hawk boys team falls to Grand Oaks 17-11. So both those teams are done. And District 5 does not have a winner yet here on this Friday afternoon in October. District 5 is 0-6. So like we said, we don't know where the games will be played next week. Everybody is waiting to see who survives round 2. So far, most of the matches, it looks like, are going to be down in the Houston area. If Rockwall Heath were to pull up a win here, they would take on Oak Ridge. And of course, being in the Conroe district, they would decide where they're going to play that match. And then the winner of those matches in round 3 end up going to Louisville for the regional tournament. And of course, all roads lead to San Antonio, where the state tournament will be. This is the 3rd year of UIL water polo. So looking for potentially a new champion this year. And of course, later on tonight, the final match here at the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center, North Forney versus the Woodlands. So the Woodlands gets back-to-back evening matches here in Rockwall. Got about 2:15 remaining and halftime. Once again, this is a UIL broadcast. This is the playoffs. And when the playoffs start, you got to get approved. And here's Coach Brewer popping over here saying hello. What are your thoughts, Coach? What are your thoughts? She doesn't know. We're live, Coach.
Are you on right now?
I am. I am. She's shy now. She's gonna be shy now. Tried to get her to sing up here, but what's that? There's one more tonight. Of course, that's North Forney versus the Woodlands coming up here at 6:45. Oh yeah, we're on the air. Yep. Well, like I said, this is a UIL playoff broadcast, so of course we can't have commercials, so we have to just talk for the entire time. But we do thank our sponsors for the regular season. Have a whole bunch of them this year, so greatly appreciate each and every one of them. Of course, every broadcast brought to you by Alliance Bank. That sun is getting a little toasty. It's just about down here. And the Rockwall Heath Lady Hawks are hoping to get hot here in the second half. They trail 5-3. And they were without their captain, Claire Ewart, for about 2 minutes and 20 seconds as she was getting attended to with that injury. But she is clearly fired up, slapping the water. She's getting her girls fired up. Of course, this potentially could be her final match as a Lady Hawk. And she's one of the best ever come through here. I know the program's only 2 years old, 3 counting this year. But she's good enough to have that statue out front. She's that good. Of course, she's going to Iona in New York next year, so we're looking forward to watching her career take on another accolade next year. And we are just about set to get ready here for the second half. And there goes Coach Brewer, probably off to North Forney to check out some football tonight. But here, we got another half to go. And the Rockwall Lady Hawks take possession. Once again, we apologize for that glare. It is tough. Gonna have to talk to Neil and Tom about getting some shades up there. Hate to be that guy. They went from 82 in here to about 92 real quick. Here comes the Woodlands on the attack, and they put it in the back of the net. It's Madison Austin. And the Woodlands has a 6-3 lead. Of course, Abby tuning in, cheering for the Woodlands. Thank you all for joining us from down south. We welcome you to Rockwall, getting outdoors, watching from the parking lot. Let's go Hawks. Are we watching from the Aquatic Center parking lot or Better Life Stadium parking lot? Either way, glad you're tuning in. Here come the Lady Hawks on the attack. A big-time shot and a big-time goal. That one goes to Catherine Webb. Good stuff. With 6:07 remaining here, it's 6-4. If you're watching from the Aquatic Center parking lot, I say come on in. It's nice and toasty in here. Of course, a lot of our fans are out in Forney tonight to watch the Heath Hawks take on North Forney. The winner of that game gets full control of District 10 6A. It's a big one. Rodney Webb's had 2 weeks to prepare for that one. So I'm sure he has a few tricks up his sleeve. That was a lob all the way, and that one goes in. My goodness, what a shot. That's 7-4, the Woodlands. Of course, I'm disappointed the Woodlands didn't bring their mascot. They have one of the best mascots in Texas high school sports. And it's not here. I'm disappointed. If you've never been to a Woodlands sporting event down there, it's something definitely worth attending. It is some great tradition down there along the lines of Highland Park and such. It's definitely one you want to check out. Of course, the last time Rockwall ISD went down to the Woodlands, had a football game down there. Rockwall stunned the Woodlands at home. I believe that was the bi-district round back in the day. So here we go. 5:32 remaining. Claire Ewart up top at the mid-pool line. Trying to get some space. Pushes it over to Webb. Back to Pope. Now Trinity Orchard has inserted herself in this matchup. And Orchard looking around, pushing it into Claire. Claire's getting held, and they're going to call that one. And here comes Sydney Pope. She's looking. She passes it over to Anna Henke. Anna looking around. That one's back to Bridget Ramirez. Bridget off the crossbar. And away come the Woodlands. And there's a foul on the Lady Hawks. And the ball gets thrown out to the ref and nearly hits the scorer's table right there. Got about 4:55 here. Gonna let that clock run down. Again, I'm having to do it manually, so I do apologize. Our iPad is not working. Decided to take fall break a little early on us. But we're right about on par here. Here comes the Woodlands. A big time shot by Almazan, and it's just over the top. So with 4:49, here come the Hawks. Gonna try to cut into this 3-goal lead. There's Sydney Pope pushing it over to Catherine Webb. Catherine inside. Big time save by Emma for the Woodlands. And here comes a 2-on-1 break for the Woodlands. That's a pass. Nobody's looking for it. The Lady Hawks turn it over. If they can get a push, they can get it up to Claire. Oh, they push it back to Michaela Schultz. They had Claire one-on-one up top, and they have a chance here. Here's Anna Henke, can give it to Claire. Claire's gonna do the spinorama move, and it's blocked by Jasmine Kessie. And Claire and Jasmine. It's getting physical down there now. Claire says, give me the ball, let me put it into the back of the net. There's Claire. And the Hawks have cut this lead into 2. That is 3 for the captain. We call that a hat trick in the fair sport of soccer and hockey. I'm assuming we call that the same thing in water polo. If we don't, someone let me know in the chat. 3:51. Of course, the winner of this match goes on to round 3. 3:45 on the clock. Woodlands has possession. Wide open shot here if Almazan wants it, and there's a foul. Penalties. 2 women out of the pool and off the crossbar, and the Woodlands cannot take advantage. So here come the Lady Hawks, getting their swimmers back. And away we go. Lady Hawks, Claire, they forgot to cover her. She's wide open, she shoots and she scores. The Woodlands just stopped. The Woodlands just stopped and just kind of let Claire do her thing, and she puts it in the back of the net. The scoreboard says 8-5. I believe that score is 7-6. Still, the Woodlands is up. I believe we're going to get that fixed here. .322 remaining. It looks like they're waiting to get that. There we go. 7-6. There you go. We're on to something here, folks. Of course, thank you for tuning in to the Rock ISD Sports Network. This is, of course, a UIL broadcast, so no commercials. It's commercial-free water polo. Just the way you drew it up. Here come the Woodlands. And a big-time save by Michaela. When you need her to show up, she shows up in a big way. And that is Michaela. So the Lady Hawks can attempt to tie this game up. They were down 3. It was their largest deficit. And they turn it over. Yes, they do. So here comes the Woodlands. Of course, the Highlanders of the Woodlands. I think their mascot is called the Highlander. I'm not sure if it has a name, so if you're watching from the Woodlands, let us know the mascot's name. Of course, timeout here called by T-Gen Lady Hawks with 2:17 remaining. Yes, it's definitely one of the best mascots in the state of Texas and some of the best traditions down at the Woodlands. Of course, part of Conroe ISD. A lot of Woodlands fans made the trip up. A lot of College Park fans made the trip up. A lot of Grand Oaks folk made the trip up. This place has been packed all day long. Of course, Forney was in here a little bit ago. And North Forney getting ready to take the pool here shortly. It's been a really fun day here at the Aquatic Center. Of course, Kenneth Tipping over there doing a little bit of coaching for the Lady Hawks, as Claire did for the boys. Of course, Kenneth is a senior, and he played his final match of his high school career. Still waiting on an offer. We talked to him a little bit ago. He does want to play water polo in college. He's still waiting on that right opportunity, so we wish him the best of luck. We look forward to following him here in the future. Of course, most of the big-time D1 water polo schools are up in the northeast, what we're learning, as we are learning more about water polo each and every year. Still a fairly new sport for us to learn. But most of those schools are based up in the northeast, so a little colder up there. So, like I said, we're talking to Claire. She was not excited about the weather, but she's really excited about the opportunity to go play. So we wish her the best of luck. But hopefully there's more water polo to play. This is a good one. It's 7-6. And the season is going to be on the line for one of these teams here pretty shortly. Good defense there, but not good enough by Claire. And it is 8-6. Claire was looking for a foul there, did not get the call. And the Woodlands Highlanders have their 2-goal lead right back. Let's see if the Lady Hawks can respond. Claire tried to shoot it, got blocked down pretty good, and there is Anna Henke. She gets, oh boy, is she going to find it? She finds it and has turned it over. Oh my. Right when you think the Lady Hawks are about to take control, it just gets away barely. So with 1:25 remaining. Fix that clock here. Again, having to do all this manually today, the iPad decided to take a fall break on me. I don't know why it would do that. Unforgivable. Lady Hawks with 55 seconds remaining. Going to look for a shot here. Maybe get a 2-for-1 if they can. And Claire is fouled. Lady Hawks ball. Back to Claire. Claire, she gets pulled down in the water but by the head. She's still, obviously still showing some signs of frustration from that injury in the first quarter. And Claire is really starting to get physical down there. She's awoken. And there it is. Claire draws a foul. Lady Hawks have the ball. Sometimes you need your captain just to take over, and that's what Claire's doing right now. She's swimming backwards. And Bridget Ramirez on the outside as the wing, pushing it back up top to mid-pool. 12 seconds remaining. They got to shoot here with 8. Up into the wing over there. Ooh, Anna Hinkie just off the crossbar. That'll do it for the third quarter. So with that being said, it is the Woodlands 8, Lady Hawks 6. 7 minutes to go, and somebody sees it. Of course, the Lady Hawks have come back from down 3 to tie it up in this game. But they're going to need a little more help here and a little more offense. Of course, let us know where you're watching from. Of course, like I said, my name is Chris Curtis. This is the area championships from the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center here in Rockwall, Texas. Of course, if you're watching as a Rockwall ISD fan, you'll be watching the North Forney Falcons and the Rockwall Heath Hawks over at Better Life Stadium in Forney, Texas for the 10-6A district lead in football. That should be a really good one. Excited to get back over there after we pack up and get out of here. Of course, Shane Rodden and Justin Webb already getting ready over there. Of course, Catherine Webb, the daughter of Justin Webb. So shout out to Justin Webb. I know the crew is getting ready for Friday Night Lights. And of course, next week, even though it is a fall break for Rockwall ISD, we are still working next week. We don't take a week off. Of course, Tuesday night, the I-30 Classic. It's Rockwall versus Rockwall Heath. Rockwall Heath looking to take a 2-game lead in District 10-6A with just a handful of games remaining. Of course, those playoffs will be coming up here in about 2.5 weeks. Then we're right back at it. On Friday night, Rockwall will be on the road at Forney. And then Rockwall Heath returns home to take on Royce City and our old pal, Coach Colvin. And don't forget that volleyball game is at Heath High School next week. That's a 6:30 tip. So if you're on vacation next week and you want to make sure you get some of that volleyball action, tune in. We will be streaming it live right here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Got about 30 seconds left in intermission. And we're hoping this is not our final water polo broadcast of the season. But if it is, we have definitely enjoyed bringing you water polo all season long. We are learning more and more about the sport each and every week. We are so thankful that you guys are able to join us, and thank you for being sponsors of the Rockwall ISD Network to all of our sponsors. Of course, we just brought in Children's Health this past week. Excited to get them going, and Jupiter Chevrolet joining us on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. They will be added next week. Just getting those contracts filled up and ready to roll. And you will see their stuff out next week along with some signage on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. So thankful for Children's Health and Jupiter Chevrolet. We're also talking to HEB. I don't know if you're in the Rockwall area and you've been hearing about this little grocery store they're talking about opening. But HEB is going to be on site for the I-30 Classic, working on something special with them. So we hope to see y'all there. Of course, the food drive is underway for Rockwall Heath and Rockwall. I know Rockwall Heath was out at Tom Thumb today on the Heath side of town, and Rockwall will be at Tom Thumb on the other side of town, I believe on Sunday. Of course, you can check our Facebook out for all that information. And check out the Rockwall and Rockwall Heath Stuco Facebooks, Twitters, and Instagrams. And by Twitter, I mean X. We still call it Twitter around here. Back to the pool we go. And a big-time save by Michaela Schultz. Away we go. Here come the Lady Hawks. Here's Claire Ewert. That sun is finally just about set behind us here. And we can kind of see again, which is great. It was very hard to read those numbers for just about 2 quarters there. But away we go. A turnover apiece for each squad. Make it 2 for the Woodlands. Sydney Pope gets fouled. It's Rockwall Heath on the offense. 6:25 remaining in this area championship. Inside, a big-time block. That was Anna Henke trying to put in the back of the net, and it was blocked. by Kinsey Radford. First, the Woodlands looking to advance to the third round. And Lady Hawks looking to advance to the third round for the third time in their program's history. And they're going to need some offense here with 5:34 remaining. It is all on the line here for each of these teams. The winner moves on, the loser heads home. Of course, this Lady Hawk team is full of seniors, so it's going to look a lot more different next year. We'll go through those seniors here very shortly. But we got just about 5 minutes to go in this one. The Woodlands trying to give them a 3-goal lead. Lady Hawks have to pressure up here. It's inside, and that ball is wide. Lady Hawks playing some great defense. Of course, Michaela Schultz, Claire Ewert, Anna Henke, Bridget Ramirez, Catherine Webb, Geneva Martin, Trinity Orchard, all seniors. This team's going to take a heavy hit, but more are on the way. The next wave of Lady Hawks waiting in the wings. There was the clear hole that wasn't called. And I don't know if Claire knew that either. She's looking around wondering why. But here come the Woodlands. It's 8-6. Lady Hawks need something good to happen if they want to keep their season alive. There's a big-time save, maybe a game-saving save by Michaela Schultz. She has looked sharp tonight. Lady Hawks have to get something going. It is 4 minutes to go in this one. And the Woodlands are just playing incredible defense right now. Shut down defense. And a turnover. The Lady Hawks say we can play defense too. And indeed they can. 3:43. Do the Lady Hawks have a little magic left? Claire Ewert trying to get a goal, and it's saved by Emma. Big save. Claire's trying to go get it. And a timeout. It's called by the Woodlands. With 3:28 remaining in the game, it's 8-6. Of course, once again, those seniors, Michaela Schultz, Claire Ewert, Anna Henke, Bridget Ramirez, Catherine Webb, Geneva Martin, and Trinity Orchard. All seniors. And for the Woodlands, Kinsey Radford and Jasmine Kessie, the only seniors. They're going to have a bunch of girls back next year. Lady Hawks going to look a little different next year as they are losing almost the majority of their team to graduation. Viewership going up just a little bit, so thank you for those that are tuning in. It's the fourth quarter here at the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. And there is just about 3 minutes left in this one. 3:29 exactly. Let us know where you're watching from. Of course, if you're looking for the Rockwall Heath versus North Forney football game, that'll be going live here in about 40 minutes or so. We will be off the air before that happens, unless we go into some sort of crazy overtime. And if you're coming over from North Forney, that North Forney versus Woodlands boys matchup will take place at 6:45 right here at the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. The North Forney fans are painting signs behind me. They are getting ready for their boys to go in the pool and try to potentially be a District 5 representative right now. District 8 is running the show. They're 6-0 today. Can the Lady Hawks pull some magic off? They're going to have to throw everything in the kitchen sink at the Woodlands if they want to try to advance here. Of course, Lisa Trammell, Shannon Rodden, Justin Webb, and crew over in North Forney. forward to handing it over to them here in just a little bit. Claire Ewart, 2:47. Just got to get one here. Nobody knows what happened right there. Looked like there was a foul, there was a horn, there was a timeout, a little bit of everything. I think everybody's wondering what just would happen right there, but regardless, it's still 8-6. And the Woodlands has that comfortable 2-goal lead. Their largest lead of this game has been 3. The Rockwall Heath Lady Hawks were able to tie it. But unfortunately, have not been able to keep up. Of course, Jake Searcy over there, Rockwall High School trainer. He got the call to be the head athletic trainer here today, with Rockwall High School being off this week. Big shout out to Jake. Of course, he and Carrie are rock stars over at Rockwall High School. Big time athletic trainers. Of course, Katie and Angela are other big time athletic trainers. They're probably over at North Forney right now, getting ready for a little football. Of course, if the Woodlands wins, they will be heading down south to play their game against Grand Oak, as it would make no sense for them to come up here to the DFW to play. But if Heath wins, there's potential they could be up here for a one-game playoff, otherwise known as the regional quarters. In that regional tournament, of course, the 4th round will be at the Louisville ISD Aquatic Center. There's a big-time shot by Claire. Big save by Emma. Emma's shaking her head. Yep, I got it. She's shaking her hand. That one might have hurt a little bit. Claire had some speed on that one. Oh, she is holding her hand. I wonder how fast Claire can throw that ball. That's got to have a fastball feel to it. 2:12. Was able to go and pick up one of the water polo balls and try to grip it, and it's amazing how well these girls and guys can grip this ball. Apparently it's a lot easier when it's in the pool. But just the amount of athleticism these kids have is unbelievable. It's just incredible. It's an incredible sport to watch, and it's an incredible sport to just behold because of all the athleticism these kids have. Having to swim laps and laps and laps in the pool. Here's a turnover by the Hawks. Claire has a breakaway. Can she cut it to one? She gets mauled and nothing is called, but she has an open net and it's blocked. But she gets it. The foul, she got it. So the Lady Hawks will keep possession. 1:34 remaining. Got to go to the other side of the pool. That's the winger, Sydney Pope. Otherwise known as the 2 driver. Look at us learning some water polo language. Here come the Hawks. Pushing inside to Claire. Claire outside to Anna Henke. Lady Hawks have to get something going here quickly. Anna, shot clock at 14, and there's a goal. 1:18. It is 8-7. Anna Henke finding the top shelf, finding some motivation. The Heath parents are getting loud. They are standing up, chanting defense. Can the Lady Hawks hold one more time? They've played great defense all afternoon long. They're going to need one more. And it's a oh no. The Woodlands keeps control with 13 on the shot clock, pushing it inside. And no foul called there. It's over the net. And with 50 seconds remaining, This is the moment. They have a chance to shoot it twice at least if they can get a quick shot off here. There's a foul. That's Trinity Orchard over there in the corner, the wing. Here's Anna Henke. She's got 39 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to get one off. They shoot, and it's blocked. Claire's trying to go get it. And a timeout is called with 31 seconds left. Oh, it's not the shot they wanted. Claire was really close to getting that rebound. Heath Hawk parents are trying to will their team to a victory here, or at least get a tie. There's 31 seconds on the clock. The shot clock says 27. So essentially, the game clock to shot clock is a 4-second differential at this point. So the Lady Hawks are going to have to try to draw something up here. This has by far been the closest game all afternoon long. Both these teams pretty evenly matched. So you would think the Woodlands is going to try to run most of this clock out, or at least get the ball at the very end of the pool. The way the pool is structured today is the first time the Lady Hawks have played this style. Usually they're used to going the other direction. So it's a little more different for the girls. I can't imagine how much more different. Maybe that's a big thing. Did talk to Claire about that before the game. She says she's not used to swimming it like this. Now this is how they have it set up during swim season. Of course, a lot of these girls are going to be swimmers as well. So here we go with 31 seconds remaining. It is 8-7 the Woodlands. That clock starts on the whistle, and away we go. You're going to think that the Woodlands is going to try to run this clock out. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try to play keep away. And a foul with 19 seconds remaining. They're just playing keep away. Keep away all day. That might run out on them. They really just have to chunk it, and that's exactly what it doesn't go that far. No, it does. It's a shot clock violation. They're going to have 3 seconds. They're going to have at least 3 seconds. TJ is saying the clock might have 4 seconds on. They're going to put 4 on the clock. And a timeout is going to be called by the Lady Hawks. So, this is how you draw it up. 4 seconds to go. The Woodlands has a 1-goal lead. And the Lady Hawks season hangs in the balance. Once again, District 5 is 0-6 today. District 8 is 6-0. Hopefully something will give here for the Lady Hawks. The Woodlands boys are over on the bench cheering their team on. Of course, they take the pull next against North Forney to maybe make it 8-0 for District 8. So here come the Lady Hawks with 4 seconds to go. They're going to load it up. Of course, Michaela Schultz going to play some offense. She's out of the net at this point. She is at the mid-pool line. You got to think they work on something like this in practice all the time. The game on the line. Claire with the ball. And, off the crossbar. That was the shot you wanted. And the Lady Hawks fall 8-7 to the Woodlands. District 8 is now 7-0 at the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. And District 5 drops to 0-7. North Forney will look to salvage that unblemished streak. Sorry, Catherine is the niece of Justin Webb. The niece of Justin Webb. I do apologize. Regardless, this is the end of the road for the Lady Hawks. This is the end of the road for Rockwall ISD water polo. We appreciate everybody tuning in today. Of course, coming up next is North Forney versus the Woodlands. We will get our final graphic of the day here up for you. I don't think we're going to get a student here for an interview, as the Lady Hawks have made their way into the locker room. That's all she wrote. So if you're waiting to tune in to some Rockwall ISD football, you're in the right place. Rockwall Heath Hawks will take on North Forney at 7:30. That pregame show will go live at 7 o'clock. It will not be on this actual video segment. You'll have to go to the Rockwall ISD Sports Network or find the link on our Facebook, YouTube page, or wherever you need to find it. Of course, that matchup is going to be a good one. A lot of people say North Forney could be the team to beat in 6A this year. At least a dark horse in the district. But the Rockwall Heath Hawks are going to try to say something about that. You give Rodney Webb 2 weeks to prepare, good things will probably happen. So with that being said, we're going to send it over to North Forney. Don't forget to click on that link. Check out some Rockwall ISD football. It's the Rockwall Heath Hawks and North Forney Falcons. From the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center, this is the end of the road for Water Polo 2025. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next year in 2026 for some more water polo action. We look forward to bringing you a little more next year. That's all she wrote from the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. For Chris Curtis, good evening, everybody.